financial advisor, so don't base anything I say on these videos. Just doing it for pure entertainment purposes only. This is not AMC related, so I know probably like 90% of my channel, that's the only reason you're here. So 90% of y'all can stay and chill if you want. You don't have to. The other 10% is probably don't know why they're here. So the halving is near. The halving is near. Everyone's talking about the Bitcoin or the crypto halving. And I guess it is similar to AMC because there's expectations, unrealistic expectations, and then there's reality and blah, blah, blah. The reality is, in my opinion, not financial advice, the halving is not going to make everything explode overnight. We're not going to wake up to be millionaires tomorrow morning off of our cryptos, which would be dope. I mean, some of you might. It would be dope if that happened, just because the halving is here. But knowing what I know, well, what I think I know, you know, there's been a dip, and I wouldn't be surprised after the halving to see more in crypto, you know, and it's not going to just happen instantly, but there will be a run again. There will be a bull run on it, but it just isn't going to happen immediately. So for me personally, it's a good time to jump back into a lot of cryptos I sold, or a lot of them that I, you know, lowered my position, or some cryptos that I've been wanting to get into that I haven't got into. So it is an opportunity. I've been slowly adding to some of my cryptos here and there when I can. A few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, I don't remember when it was, but a nice little bull run. I cashed out on a lot of crypto. Jumped back in now that things are a little lower. But I do think, I really do think that things are going to get lower from this point. I don't think that crypto is going to explode overnight. There is a misconception. I've got a couple of buddies that are pretty fresh into crypto, and they bought in because of the halving, and they're just expecting to become rich. I know one dude that put like $5,000 in a couple days ago, and he's like, dude, I'm gonna be, you know, which it's a possibility. But I did tell him, you take that $5,000, and it isn't going to be immediately, but you know, if you can hold on to it for a while and leave your money in there and get greedy, you should see some nice gains come out of it. But my mirror's broken right here. Got sideswiped in front of my shop the other day. Well, other month, but insurance is taking forever. Not insurance, the parts company to get everything put together. Auto body shop. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you that. But yeah, with the halving coming, it's about to happen here soon, like an hour or two, right? Am I mistaken with that? But don't get discouraged if you know, you see things plummet even more from this point. I'm not saying there's not a possibility it couldn't have a nice little bull run right after, but in my opinion, my unprofessional opinion, I do believe that it's going to have a more of a dip. This is only the beginning of what you're seeing in the dips, in my opinion. I think there's going to be more and more dips. So if you're into crypto and there's some coins you've been wanting to get into and you haven't had the chance to, it's probably a good opportunity to do it now. If there's some coins that you already have and want to, you know, add to your position, it's a good chance to. Most of my coins I'm in right now, besides a couple of the new ones I got into, like the stupid meme coins, they crack me up. Some of the names, like dog with hat. So I mean, some of these coins are crazy, man. It's funny though, but people make money off them. But you know, I would expect, in my, like I said, unprofessional opinion, to see some dips even more than you've seen the last few days, last week and a half or so. So it's an opportunity to buy in more, or average down, or add more to your position. Like I said, I would love to wake up tomorrow or here in a few hours and be like, oh my God, everything's quadrupled. But it's just, you know, one thing I've learned about with crypto and the stocks, you know, when there's a lot of hype behind it, expect the worst. And when there's like a lot of negativity and FUD behind it, expect the best. It just kind of runs opposite of how the news goes. For the most part, not all the time, but in general, kind of seems that way. Comments, of course, AMC gonna squeeze. Man, you and me, we're hoping and counting on it, and you know, it should squeeze, in my opinion. Not a financial advisor, not a financial advice, so don't take any advice from me, but I do believe AMC should squeeze, should have squozed already, but we're making moves towards that. But this is about crypto. I really was trying to make this all about crypto. Don't get me started with this shit, man. I can't stop once I start. Then we're in no man's land. Give me gibbering and jabbering. So with crypto, I do expect, like I said, a little downside continuing after the halving. But that doesn't mean that, you know, a month, 2 months down the road, things start getting that run up. Patience, 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 I think, is very key in this. Now, don't get me wrong. If it pops and everything goes crazy, there'll be signs, you know. You're going to see me acting real ignorant soon if I get that money. I'll be over here with a little monocle. Little eye monocle. The Monopoly Man thing. Yes, yes. I don't know. Altcoins, it's really not altcoin season right now. Well, it kind of was. I did well on the altcoins this last, I don't know, few weeks, but there was a lot of those altcoins that I've been holding for like 2 years, in the negative, in the red, averaging down, and just having faith that at some point, hoping they'd come up. I still got one that's been in the negative for like literally like 2 years now, a year, 2 years. Dogalon Mars, I bought in on the high, average it down, but I don't want to put too much more into it because I've already got like what, almost 1.8 billion coins of some shit like that. So obviously I know dudes that have Dogalon that have like 10 billion, 15 billion coins. So we'll see. Any questions, hit me with them in the comments. Let me know your favorite coin. Obviously I think Bitcoin is my favorite, but it is a little different now. You know, if you would have got into Bitcoin when it was $100 a share, you'd be smashing like right now, but all of us got probably like a 0.8 or 0.1 Bitcoin. I had 0. You know, and I was up to the 0.2, sold a bunch. Now I'm back down to the 0 point. But I added a little more reluctantly. I probably should have waited. I think it's gonna have a little more downside. Bitcoin's, it's kind of a hard one to predict though, because right when you think, you know, it's having a falling wedge and things are going down, and I go, damn, we're gonna get down to like 60, 55,000, it bumps up to 64, and then I buy at 67. Then as soon as I buy at 67, it goes back down to 64. I bought in heavily when everyone was saying Bitcoin was done about, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago. I remember one specific YouTuber talking about Bitcoin to 10,000, then from 10,000 to 5,000, and 5,000 to 0. So when it hit, I want to say it was 13 or 14,000, I bought in heavily. Well, heavily for me, I guess I should say. That's when I got most of my coins. And then this last run up, it was nice because I was able to cash out. I kind of wish I would have kept them though. I will say, if any coin I've ever had, the only one I ever regret anytime I make profit off of it is Bitcoin. Just because I'm like, man, it took me so long to build it up here, and now here I am at, you know, 0.5 or 0.8, whatever it is, coins. So I am hoping, well, I guess not hoping. I would love to see everything quadruple, triple, but I am hoping to see a little bit of more of a dip so I can buy in. I don't think Bitcoin will go under 50 again. You know, but we are gonna, in my opinion, like I said, not financial advice. I'm not a professional. I do think that Bitcoin could definitely, after the halving, have a nice little dip down to like that 50, 55,000 range, maybe even a little lower. I don't think it'll go under 50 though, but it's possible. But I'm kind of waiting to buy back in a little more at that. My altcoins, I got some dry powder. This last time I sold some of my altcoins, I just kept the cash in there. I didn't cash it out to my bank account, just leaving it there for this moment. I know, like you know, and a lot of people are just trying to pump their altcoins all the time. You can go onto Facebook or anywhere really, even here on YouTube, and people are going to be pumping, like everyone's like to the moon. It's like Jasmine to the moon, Shiba to the moon. Shiba is okay. I still got some of those. I did really well off that, but that's one of those ones I was talking about that I bought in very low a couple years ago and went through the whole, you know, the pump it had a couple years ago, and I didn't sell. I just waited, and then when it dipped again, I bought, and this last time it pumped, I sold most of it, so I just have a little bit left. But everything I have left in it is basically, I guess you would call it house money. I hate when people do air quotes, but so I just want to jump in and say that, man, don't expect too much out of this halving. There's a lot of hype behind it, you know, and what I've learned, when there's a lot of hype behind something, it kind of goes in the opposite direction. Could just be AMC, could have just scarred me and ruined me for life. I don't know, I could be wrong. So, you know, like I said, there is that possibility we have a pump, but I'm like 90% sure that it's going to go down lower. We're going to see a little more bear market in in the coins. People pulling profits, and some people getting discouraged and selling. I guess that's maybe what they're hoping for. You get discouraged and sell, and then they can buy low, and then you panic and buy high again, and then that's the name of the game. They want you to buy high and sell at a loss, and then FOMO back in when you realize it's running, and do it to you again. Because you know what? I've been through it. I've done it all myself. I've bought coins and I've sold them early, and then I saw them running, and then I bought back in when they're up high, and then they dump again. Then I'm like, I get discouraged. A few months down the road, I just sell them because I'm like, screw it, I need this money. I'm only going to lose a little bit, or I'm breaking even, or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden it starts pumping again. You're like, oh shoot, I used to have that coin. Let me buy back in a little bit. It's just a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. Don't get caught up in that cycle, man. It takes years years of being punished before you start to get a little bit of discipline in this type of stuff. But crypto is a different world, man. I believe that crypto somewhat is what I wish the market was, because you can see some crazy runs in crypto. Like, I bought into a coin called it was a Fortnite coin, and I bought into it like 8 cents, and it, like, within 3 or 4 days went up like 60%. I sold most of it. Actually, I sold all of it, and then it went back down to like 14 cents, and I bought back in a little bit. So now I'm just kind of lingering, but I only got like 40-50 bucks in it. Yeah, there's a few coins. Shout out your coin, man. Which one are you? What is your favorite altcoin? Or your shit coin, as they call it. Me, I don't know if it's my favorite, but I really want Dogalon Mars to run just because I'm holding it. Everything else I've got, like anything you've probably seen, I've probably got some of it. But the coins, they can do well. All right. Well, if no one's in here, interested about giving me your sweet coins, I'm probably gonna jump out, man. I gotta go grab some dinner real quick. I'm just got to the crib. Just wanted to bullshit a little bit, but I was seeing a lot about the halving. People I even know loading up. They're like, oh, I'm gonna be rich tonight. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god, don't believe the hype. All right, man. Y'all have a good night. Be blessed. Let's get rich soon. Peace.